Are we on right now?
Music playing.
That's our theme music?
That first time I heard it, huh?
Yeah,
You're right. Huh? Yeah, okay. All right. Is it okay to start? Coming from Lanham from WBGR Sports and Entertainment Network. My name is Michael Graham, and welcome to the Michael Graham Show with my co-host Eric Hawkins and two of the best coaches in the D.C. area. Matter of fact, I consider in the Mid-Atlantic Malcolm Battle from Cesar Chavez in Northeast D.C. and also Rob Win Championship Nickens. By the way, Spingarn High from Theodore Roosevelt. How y'all guys doing?
All right.
Glad to be here.
Glad to have you, man. Glad to have you, man. Me and Rob was just talking, man. Y'all opened up the first game.
Yeah, I think Rob set it up.
I was telling him, I was like, man, I didn't know about that. I was like, I gotta be there because you know it's gonna be crowded.
Played the ball burner last year. I think
Man, that's gonna be a good one. And he said it's gonna be at a neutral site, so I know it's gonna be a huge gym. Man, it's gonna be pumping there, man. It's gonna be pumping. Not only are they great coaches here in the area, but they also great people. You know, they spend 24/7 constantly, you know, looking out for the kids of our city, making sure that they're in school doing what they're supposed to do, making sure that they are productive citizens in life. And we need more of them. We only got two, but we're working on more. How about you, Egg? What do you think?
I think I'm thoroughly impressed. I had to do a little bit of reading up. Now, I've heard of you all, but I had to do a little bit of reading up. And most importantly, like Mike said, the kids. Now, Coach Nickens, you're involved with the Metro Ball Youth Outreach.
Correct.
Explain that to us. What do you guys now? I know it's preparing the youth from middle school to get to junior high and then to high school.
Basis AAU program in Northwest DC. We deal with at-risk youth ages 8 to 17. We try to get them opportunity to play basketball at a high level, but more importantly, give them opportunity to go to college for free. And that's what the program is about, keeping kids off the street. And I love coaching kids like in that situation because you always giving kids an opportunity to stay in something positive, not something negative.
Right. Whether they go to your school, Theodore Roosevelt, or not.
I coach kids all around the area.
Right,
program,
exactly.
So it doesn't matter. I mean, I've coached the Chavez kid in that situation.
We had 2 middle school kids that played in their program last year that played with Coach Rob.
Oh, okay.
Is that right? Is that right?
Who are back at Chavez. So it wasn't like it was they played for Rob and then they ended up in town.
See, that's what they used to do back in the day. We was playing.
Back in the day.
You know what I'm saying? I remember going over to Dunbar and talking to this guy named Jodine Davis, and I wasn't coming back to Spingarn, you know, but I wound up back there. That was my last year, so I know they wasn't going to let me transfer because, one, I already was too old to play in the league. So,
But the respect level I have for Malcolm, I would never touch one of his kids. He would never touch one of my kids. It's just about, me having an opportunity to coach his kids in the summertime, playing at a high level, and kids getting an opportunity to go to the next level. And I know, he's coached some of my kids also. So it's a brotherhood that we understand.
Right. That's great.
It's got to be honor among thieves.
Exactly.
That's great. Man. That's what we're talking about.
Right. And Malcolm, one thing about you is a lot of people don't know. And do you let the youth know your experience coming up? Because you had some challenges early on. You played at a few different schools, but from your attitude, and that's the one thing that the kids need to really focus on. And can you explain that?
I don't normally go into a lot of details about it.
Right.
But I have shared with them that I can tell you what not to do.
Right, and that's the main thing, to let the kids know from your experience, because hey, we all had experiences in life that may not have been positive, but we turned those around.
I think sometimes we kind of get caught up in you have to do everything on the straight and narrow to be able to teach somebody, and sometimes you can learn something from the opposite.
Right, exactly.
My father wasn't. I love my dad to death. God bless his soul, but he wasn't the best person. But I learned from his shortcomings what not to do.
Exactly, and that's my point. And what I've learned with my kids was I didn't force them. I played football, but I didn't force them to play football. I let that come naturally. But I let them know all the stuff that I did wrong. Gotcha. So there wasn't nothing that they couldn't do. I could see them coming a mile away. Exactly. And that's most important with the youth. And that's a thing that we're going to do here. Right. We're going to always concentrate on the youth.
That's
and
important.
you guys are great examples of mentors that are giving back to the youth. Right. You have those experiences. You can let them know the things that you shouldn't do.
Exactly.
So, yes, you guys doing a great job. Great job.
We're here with Malcolm Battle from Cesar Chavez and also Rob Nickens from Theodore Roosevelt. We're taking callers. Number is 301-429-9247. Just give us a call. Have any questions about anything, we'll be willing to answer them. So what do you guys think about the competition this year in the area in DC basketball period?
I think
Oh,
I'm being
man.
honest. I think the parity in DC basketball is outstanding. I mean, you look at the charter league that Malcolm plays in. It's 4 or 5 teams, Thurgood, Marshall, National, Collegiate, that can beat you on any given night. I'm playing. Matter of fact, I'm playing Tech Prep. I'm playing 4 of the charter schools this year. I'm playing Cesar Chavez, Tech Prep, Thurgood, and National Collegiate.
What's Tech Prep?
The old number 11.
Yep, the old number 11.
Are you
It's a
serious?
school
Number
now.
11 is
That's why I went to.
And Dwayne Shackle was the head coach there.
Yeah, I know Dwayne.
So he has a
Okay.
great program. They up and coming,
Wow.
outstanding basketball program. And I played him last year in a war. It was definitely a test for us. And hey, we scheduled it again to do it again. So I'm looking forward to.
Yeah,
the
I gotta
challenge.
have him on here too, man, because
Great
he's
young
also
coach.
doing some great
Yes, he
things.
is.
I thought he was over at Friendship at first.
No,
he's
it's
the head.
so it is a friendship.
Oh, okay,
Right.
okay,
So
that's what it is.
in the whole scheme of charter school things,
It's-
there's this business side to it.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Charter schools
yeah.
are like franchises, like
Yeah.
in McDonald's. You can
You can get him now.
you can get them down, and you can if you open up a Malcolm Battle Chavez, a Malcolm Battle Charter School, you might open up 7. You might open up 1 in each quadrant of the city, one
Right.
in middle school attached.
And
to
that's
it.
what I noticed that they
Right.
doing, because I know J.C. Hayward was involved with the charter school.
Kingsman.
And my
Right,
man
exactly.
Ken Amos,
Yes.
he was involved in the
What a-
charter
yes.
school. How much one of them to open? I mean, how do you get
Man, we got your computer right there. We gonna open up one right now.
Yeah, just like that. Because I noticed they get all the players, and I'm like, where's the school at,
It's
man?
loaded.
It's in somebody's house.
No, it's actual.
It's
It's actual
actual
number.
brick and mortar school, but honestly, actually,
Yeah.
you could probably start off in like a basement of a church or something,
Right.
and on a
Right,
per pupil basis, because they call us charter schools,
Uh-huh.
we the same thing. I tell all the Spingarn alumni because Spingarn is closed.
Yeah, it's the same
Right.
thing. Yeah,
We
basically.
Spingarn
Yeah, we
2.0. I say we Spingarn 2.0 because we're closed. We get all those kids that used to feed in the Spingarn into Chavez.
Okay.
So all the Mayfair and the Kenilworth kids that would have went
Over
on the
the
other side of the
Spingarn,
boat,
yeah.
they just stay in
closer.
Kenilworth and they stay over Kenilworth and come to Chavez. But you do your application online. You find somebody to match the cost, and I say you're gonna start.
And you got a program.
You got
Yeah.
10 kids, and you find somebody to say, all right, it's gonna cost me. It's gonna cost this much for 10 kids, and you find somebody to match those funds.
That's all.
You up and running.
Yeah.
I'm wrong for what I'm about to say, but I mean.
I mean, it's true.
It's the great new hustle, and the sad thing is, it's the great new hustle with our kids and our community.
Yeah, that's
we,
the thing.
We don't see 2 steps
That's
ahead.
the thing, yeah.
Right.
Because that's what people were saying. Everybody open up these charter schools, and they getting their little folks together, and they going in as a team and everything, and everybody just making money off.
We
of
have
it,
4
man.
schools.
Yeah, yeah.
We got
But
4 we got
Chamberlain
4.
too, right?
No, that's Friendship again.
That's Friendship again.
Yeah.
Friendship has
Y'all
9
nice.
charter
You got 9
schools.
schools.
9.
9.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, because okay, if you got 9 schools, so all the kids will come to one school and practice, or do they have different teams?
So they have 2 high schools. They have where Shackelford is at,
Okay.
which is Friendship Tech Prep,
Okay.
and then they have Friendship Collegiate, which is the old Woodson Junior.
Right.
Those are the only 2 high schools.
Okay.
And they have a plethora of middle and elementary schools. So you don't get between KIPP Charter School and Friendship. It's like having Wendy's and McDonald's.
Let me ask you this. I was told today that KIPP really didn't have an athletic program, and from what I heard, they do.
They got an athletic program.
They got not only do they have an athletic
They
program,
great.
they got one of the better facilities in the city.
Yes.
Their facilities are on point with
Yeah, you
DCPS.
We got
Is
that.
that right?
Because I was hearing something about they
The old
supposed to
Hamilton.
been
Old
whole
Hamilton.
Hamilton. They were supposed to been bringing in Reggie Williams for the athletic part of
Okay.
it. That's what I was told, but I didn't know they.
So they haven't gotten serious
real
about
good program,
basketball,
Okay, maybe that's
but
what
they're
it is.
extremely serious about football.
Okay, maybe that's what it is. Okay, maybe he's doing the basketball.
Well, it's growing though.
It's
Yeah?
growing. Hey, they can't help. I mean, if you take
Also, where it sits, right in the middle of the city.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, I
you know,
mean,
people
yeah.
want to.
It's different than saying send your kid over to Mayfair Paradise.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
you
it's a
got
big
that
difference.
growing, expanding economy across the
Across
street
the-
from it, with the markets, with the old markets, with that's way different than when
Union
we were growing
Market.
up. Union Market.
Right.
I'm mad at that
right.
market, man. I used to go get my breakfast there. All that pork I used to eat in the morning, Sunday morning, and then we used to play because old principal, Mr. Washington, used to open up Hamilton.
Yeah,
I went to Hamilton back in the day,
Right.
But I sort of like lost track of schools when I went away, and I lived in South Carolina for like 11, 12 years. I came back, charter schools, everything closed. They building up instead of wide. I mean, DC is changed, and our basketball I noticed has changed a lot. But you guys work diligently to keep it going, man. And I really want to thank y'all, man. I really do. I really
tough.
do, man. I know it is, man. Because I can imagine if you had a knucklehead like me back in the day, now I know what my coach was going through. You know what I'm saying? I see it now because I'm like, damn, did I do that crazy stuff?
A lot of people see us went on the floor at 8 o'clock at night, but they don't understand what we do between
Right.
the hours of 8 and 8
Right,
o'clock at
you know?
night.
Right.
I mean,
You do a lot.
you're a father, mentor.
Right. You have to
You-
deal with their
everything.
environments as well.
Every-
Yeah, but I go back to this. I think this, Rob may or may not agree, but I think
Hello?
one of the biggest things. Oh, I'm sorry.
Hi, this is Grayson Marshall calling in the Michael Graham Show.
We just was talking about Grayson Marshall.
8:45.
Hello, Mr. Marshall. This is Michael Graham. You're
Jackson
along here with my man here, Eric Ravenel Hawkins, Rob Nickens, and Malcolm Battle. How you doing today, sir, down there in Jacksonville, Florida?
What's happening, Big Mike? Big 5-0.
Hey, man, I'm glad to hear from you, man. I see you doing big things, man, and I sit up there sometime at night, man, when you on, man, and listen, and it must be guilt because I always catch you, and you always throwing a word out there that I can use, or something out there that I can use to make me a stronger person, or to make my family stronger, man. And I really appreciate that, man.
You know, Mike, is, I think that I know what God's given me to do in and of itself. My whole
On both sides of the ball.
about assisting and helping other people, but I think there's a synergy and a connection between all of us that have had a successful sports background. And I think that when we find other people, I think true athletes really appreciate the gifting and talent of other athletes. I think people outside the sport probably look at us as egotistical, self-maniacal, and all about ourselves. But I think us within the sport, we really appreciate the greatness of what somebody does. And when I look at you, for the years I saw you from Spring Garden, and again, we're both from D.C., but you at Spring Garden, doing what you did there, then going to Georgetown, being a part of John's program, growing the way that you did, there's a mutual respect. And I think all of us want the best for each and everybody else. So when I decide to do what I do on a consistent basis for people, when I take the time to study and bring information to people that can be significantly positive in their lives, then that's what's important to me. So what you're doing on this radio show, empowering the people of Washington, D.C., giving them a platform, consistently bringing them with the old now to the new, is something that people need.
Right.
We never need to forget where we've been, but we also
That's right. That's right.
excited about where we're going.
Right.
That's
Well,
right.
I want to thank you, man, for that compliment. I'm just trying, man, because somebody did it for us. You know what I'm saying? And when I came back from South Carolina, I seen some things that I didn't like about the kids, the way the system is right now. And I just wanted to just do something about it. And that's what I'm going to continue to do because I was one of those kids. I was one of those kids that Malcolm and Rob have at night that stay at practice all day or go to school just to eat and then come home, you got nothing to eat. You just go straight to bed because you're so hungry or didn't have a telephone or didn't have a Christmas. So, I want to be able to sort of like change that. So if I can get, one kid, I'm straight.
And you'll get more than one kid, Mike. And I think the reality of it is that I know for a fact that God literally allows you to experience what you can handle. And we don't know what we can handle. And we don't know what we've really been exposed to. The years that you came home with the house, we didn't have a normal Christmas. All those things were foundational building blocks for who you are today. The excitement that you have about other people. When I saw you at the Urban Coalition Legends League, when I saw you about that, I still see the energy in Big 50 from Georgetown. There was something significant what you brought to that team, what you were as a compliment to Patrick, what John saw in you, what we believed and knew that was in you. It resonates with you today. And I think what you're doing right now is you're finding a place where you can actually put your emotions, your intellect, and your passion into a place where people can understand truly who Michael Graham is. I think people had a belief of who you were. They had a picture of who you were. You were the enforcer. 5-0 was the guy who did all the dirty work.
That's right.
And again, you're doing the same thing, but it's in a different vein.
Right.
You're doing the dirty work. What does that mean? You're doing the grunt work. You're doing the hard stuff, the stuff that people won't do, the stuff that doesn't get much recognition, the stuff that doesn't get accolades and applause. That's what you've always done. That's what you're doing now. So you have to continue to do that. You can never not be who you are.
Right.
And the Michael Graham that you've been since Springard High School is the Michael Graham that you are today. The selfless guy you are, the overachiever, the guy who's willing to do what everybody else won't do. And that's what they need. Young people need those people in their lives. Can you love on me when I'm not the best? Can you believe in me when I'm not who they said I am? When I'm not in the top 100, will you take a chance on me? When I'm not the guy that everybody else thinks I should be or want. When a guy like John Thompson reaches down and says, "You're the guy that I need." Can we be that person for somebody? Can we be that uplifting person, the one person? Because it doesn't take for one, Mike.
Right.
It doesn't take for one person to see the value in you, and that's all that matters.
One kid.
Can you
Right.
be that person? And that's what you're doing for people. And I'm excited. I watch you from afar, and you know that. But when you ask me, say, "Hey, can you come on the show?" You know I'm going to come on the show because it's important for me to support and endorse what you do. But definitely, on the other side, encourage you.
Right.
Because a lot of times as athletes, we need that. We still need that encouragement, that guy to pat us on the back, that guy to tell us, "Hey, you're that dude I need."
Right.
And be that guy. And then go do it to the best of your ability.
Okay. Y'all have any questions for him? You got anything for the... Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yep. Hey, Marshall, Eric Hawkins here. You're modest. You're a modest fellow. But one thing you did say about yourself was assists, and you giving Mike an assist here as well.
Yeah.
Now, you were the all-time assist leader at Clemson, weren't you? 857 assists?
857, and I still am. And when I graduated, I was long-term education career.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's what I do, and it doesn't take work to do what you're good at,
Right.
and I think that's what I want to encourage Michael. It doesn't take work to do what you're good at. The inner city is a mindset, not only a location or a zip code, but it's a mindset. There's something that goes with the inner city. What is there? What am I if I'm from the inner city? And the connotation is I'm not sufficient. I'm lacking in skills and I'm lacking in intelligence.
Right.
And I think what you're doing, Mike, is you are dispelling those. The people that you're associated with, whether they think you are equipped or not, the people that you're connected to, the people that respect you, the people that love you, the people that embrace you, the people that ingratiate you into their circle, testifies about the greatness of who you are. And people, no one can look at the basketball annals of life, and no one can look at the success that John had in Georgetown, and you cannot document that without number 50. Yes, 33 was no question. Patrick was Patrick, and David was David, and Reggie was Reggie, and Horace and Michael. You can go through that. But no one can talk about those teams that I'm talking about 50. You know what I'm saying? So what you're doing is you're making sure that people have an understanding that I don't need to be 33. I don't have to be 30. I don't have to be the coach. 50, 5-0 has a place of significance and relevance. And it is without him that you don't have a championship.
Right, that's right. And hey, Marshall, real quick, there's a quote attributed to you. I don't know if it was in one of your books. I don't know if you gave it one of the motivational speech or not, but it went something like water boils at 211 degrees. It turns to steam at 213 degrees.
212.
212, but it takes steam to move a locomotive. Expand on that.
Correct. Well, when you look at it, think about it. We all have the energy to get us going, right? So when you're talking about getting to 212 degrees, a locomotive can have the power to move forward. But when you get a 211, steam moves that locomotive. But at 212, the locomotive begins to move.
One more degree.
Yeah, one more degree. That's it. It's that 1 degree. So we can have all the energy, all the passion, all the excitement that gets us to 211. And no matter what it is, we have the energy, we have the authority. People are looking at us. But that 1 degree to get to 212 now moves us forward. And I want people to get to that 212. We have no problem with getting to 211. We have no problem with getting to the place where we are noticeable, recognizable. People know who we are, and people can see us. But are we moving?
One more degree.
Really making that 1 degree? It's just that one thing.
Right.
It's that one thing. It's that one rebound you didn't get. It's that one assist that I didn't make. It's the one free throw that it's that one thing. It's that one play. It's that one thing. And if we understand that we're only one play, we're only 1 degree from the next level of our lives. We're only 1 iota away from really experiencing everything that we're supposed to be. That becomes the major thing in our lives.
Right. That extra push
moves us. Yeah, and that one thing. And most of us quit at that 211 because we believe we've done enough. We believe we have done everything we need to do. And for most of us, we have. But that 1 degree, are you willing to do that one more thing?
One more thing,
take that one
right.
more shot. And that's what's important in life. That one more thing. When I look at my faith is rooted in the things of God. When I look at that one more thing, Jesus came here, but here's the reality. The one more thing was the cross. He went around healing people. He went around loving on people. But that one more thing was the cross. And after the cross, the resurrection. Here's reality. What's that one more thing we're asking people to do, Mike? What's that one more thing that they can give to themselves? When it was us playing ball, it was that one more morning session. It was getting up at 5:30. It was staying late. It was that thing. It was studying in study hall 1 more hour. What is that one more thing that separates us? And that 212th degree, that one more degree is what truly, that's it. And that's it. And when you can understand that and not have it be something that's dreadful, but something that's totally positive, something that is beneficial, something that says, I gotta do that one more thing. Whether somebody's watching me, somebody's with me or not, if I do that one more thing, that one more thing that's in me, that one more thing that's about me, that's one more thing that defines me, it changes not only my world, but when I go to talk to somebody and they ask me, what is it, Michael, that makes you different? You can tell them it's that one more thing. It's that 1 degree. And that's what makes you significant. It's what makes this show so powerful, and then what makes the impact that you have on people so great.
Right. 1 degree.
You have any words for our coaches right here? I got 2 of the best coaches in the Mid-Atlantic sitting in here in this studio right now.
And might I add also, they're going to be playing each other December the 1st. What I want to hear, because your style of play is run 'em.
So is his.
And your style of play is run 'em. And that press defense, when that clashes, boy, that's going to be something.
So are we looking for a 150-151 score or what? I mean,
look. My whole philosophy is the more possessions, the more opportunities.
Exactly.
That's just the way it works.
Yeah.
But here's what I tell coaches, and I told this today when I was talking to a corporation, Mike, and I want coaches to understand this, and it is a big philosophy for me and for them. Here's reality. I talk about faith on a consistent basis. Here's what I'll tell you. Faith works when you don't.
Yeah.
What happens as athletes is that we are successful because of the work we put in. I got to put in that work, and that's the way we are. But here's what I understand. The next level of success in our life is only contingent upon our ability to allow other things to happen. Your faith works when you don't. When we're doing it, it's all about us. And here's the reality. Faith is not in the equation because you're doing it and there's no need for it. What is going to take people to the next level, what's going to change the philosophy of life, the things that we do is this. Am I willing to do all I can do and sit and rest? Am I willing to do all I can do and sit and wait? It's the antithesis of what the John Raddick mindset of an athlete is, but if you want to go to that next level, it is totally about what you can do when you're not working.
Right.
The faith that you need to have in successful coaches and successful teams. Faith works when you're not. That doesn't mean you become slothful. That doesn't mean you do everything you can do. But the ultimate success in life is way above anything that you and I could ever do. Mike, when you were coming out of spin guard, there was a negative mindset about who you are.
I know.
You can't go to Georgetown. You can't play at Georgetown.
Yeah.
If you would have listened to that, if John would have listened to that, it would never have happened.
Right.
It was the faith that was in you and what he saw that no one else could see. That's what we want to bring out of people. What are we pulling out of people that no one can see? What are we asking them to do that's within their scope of doing that nobody wants to believe that they can do? This is what makes us successful. It's what makes us significant. It's what makes us different, and it's what makes the work that you coaches are doing valuable and tangible. Great coaches don't need talent. Great coaches need heart. And great coaches can take average talent and make it great.
And I got two of the biggest guys in here that got that heart. So, yeah.
No question.
Yeah.
No question.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we're talking to Graylin Marshall from Jacksonville, Florida, former D.C. legend, St. John's High School in Northwest D.C. By the way, at Clemson University, the all-time assist leader. So Graylin, what's this? You and Les Brown.
Yeah. Les actually has Les is one of the top motivational speakers in the world. Been there 42 years. Actually, we are doing a collaborative effort to take the things that he has instilled in people, the things that I do globally around the country, and putting it together. And we're going around the country and we're doing it. We totally believe that the essence of success is within every person. You were born with greatness in you, and it's up for it's our duty, responsibility, and our mission to lock it. So we got an event here in Jacksonville December 2nd. I'll be in D.C. in early January. I'll be in Philly right after that. I'll be in Atlanta right after that. And just God has ingratiated me and blessed me, Mike. It's my assist. It's what I continue to do. How can I set people up to score? How can I set you up to be the best person you can be? It takes an open mind. It takes the ability to adapt, change, and shift in the middle of the game. It's the credentials that come with halftime. What can I do in the middle of the game to become better at the end of the game? Because we have a game plan. We have a scouting report. We know exactly what we think the other team is going to do. But when you look at the successful people, and I never played for John, but I know John Wood, and John Wood literally said that he never scouted anybody else, and here's why. He said, because if I get really darn good at what I do, it doesn't matter what the other person does.
Right.
And I want people to get so good at what they do. I want them to be so equipped. I want them to be so sound in the fundamentals of life, the fundamentals of success, the fundamentals of the hierarchy of creating financial wealth and financial independence, that at the end of the day, no matter what the situation is, no matter who's in the White House, no matter who's in the political authority, you can literally make as much money as you want, have the life that you want. I've been blessed, Mike. I've got multiple businesses that do over $1 million a year. I'm a father of 4, a grandfather of 4. My kids have my companies. I've literally taken what I've learned and applied it in my kids' lives. And literally, that's what I want to do, and that's what I do with Les. I get to people, find out what they want, assume they know nothing, get them to buy into the success plan that they want for themselves, and support them while they're doing it. That's what I do. It's the biggest assist I've ever done.
Still assisting. That's great. Still assisting.
No question.
You being modest. You said you never played for John, but I mean that ACC at that time, you played against people like Mark Price, Nate McMillan, Spud Webb, Johnny Dawkins.
No doubt.
You know?
No doubt.
Cliff Ellison.
No doubt.
Yeah, right.
I talked to Spud.
It
goes on and on.
He's gonna be my
Coach
next
Cliff Ellis wasn't no slouch either.
Right, exactly.
His Coach Cliff Ellis not no
Right,
slouch either.
right, exactly. We're gonna have to have that for one of the shows, Big East versus the ACC during the 80s or 90s.
And the 80s, you know what? That's going to be one heck of a discussion.
Yes, it is.
Looking back during that era,
I'm definitely going to
the
tune in.
talent
Yep.
through both those conferences
Yeah.
is unquestionably the best that's ever played. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yep.
Yep.
That East Coast ball was second to none.
Yeah.
ACC Big East.
They done messed
Second
it up
to
now,
none.
though. They done messed it up, man. I mean, I don't understand it's a financial thing,
Make
but
the world go round.
right, yeah, right. It makes you're right.
Yeah.
It makes the world go round. So yeah, they messed it up. I think for football, if I'm hearing right.
Now, you dead on
Right,
with
yeah.
that one.
Oh, for real? Yeah.
Football runs college sports.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
serious?
Yeah.
Yes.
Big East chopped up.
Best of the best.
Yep. That is going to be a topic for one show. We got to have that topic.
Well, Graylin, I want to thank you, man, for coming on, man. I appreciate it, man.
Mike.
And, man, I love you, man, and I'm going to continue to listen. When you get to D.C. for your event, let me know, because, you know, me and the wife want to come and everything, because, you know, I'm into taking in what anybody got to say. You know what I'm saying? Because we learn, you know, I find myself, even at the age of 54, I learn every day something new. So, you know, that's important to me, man, because to me, that makes my life a lot easier if I can find another way to work smart and not as hard.
You and me both, Big 50. Hey, guys, I appreciate you. I love
God
the
bless.
202. Mike, keep doing what you're doing. Keep your head down and keep your vision up. Stay focused on where you are. Believe in yourself. Today is one day. Tomorrow is a better day.
That's right. That's right.
You just continue to become who you are. And it's not look, the story has not yet been told.
Right.
Understand
That's right.
that. I
That's
love
right.
you guys. Appreciate you.
Hey, man, love you too, man.
God bless.
You got it.
Take
All
care
right,
now.
All right.
All right.
Folks, that was Graylin Marshall, Clemson University all-time assist leader. In the studio tonight, I got Eric Hawkins, I got Rob Nickens, and I got Malcolm Battle here with me, two of the best high school coaches in the Mid-Atlantic. If you have any questions, please give us a call. But until then, we're going to continue talking. So who do you all look to be the most powerful high school team in the area as far as basketball?
You know, let me ask a question.
Okay.
How come, and this has been for the longest, D.C. schools don't play the Maryland schools more often, or sometimes at all?
So their games have been scaled back.
Yeah.
Who, Maryland?
Maryland. So
Really?
Maryland only gets to play 22 games in the school year, and they not only did their games get scaled back, but they start later than us.
They start we start November 1st. They start November 15th.
Even at that, do y'all don't y'all think there should be some kind of way, maybe have a tournament?
Well, I play a
to
few.
get these?
I mean, I play.
I played Potomac this year. I played Fairmont
Okay.
I
Heights.
played Potomac this year also. So I mean, we get an opportunity to play them teams.
Right,
But
right.
Okay, but how do they rank the teams? If a lot of teams not playing a lot of teams, you know, y'all might be better than the team that's ranked. Y'all might have a better record.
I never worry about rankings.
Right.
I mean,
Okay.
I think I can speak for him on that too. I mean, Chavez to me has been one of the best programs in the area for the last
It has
10 years.
10 years.
There's some pretty good
right.
programs
I
out
think
in
you've been
DC
ranked.
County.
You've been ranked once.
We've been ranked once, and initially, I just actually had an interview with a gentleman. You did the same interview, the X's and O's.
Oh
piece.
yeah, outside X's O's.
And
Yeah.
I told the gentleman that
Mark Stern.
Initially it bothered me because I mean when if I'm going into Mike Graham's house to talk to his mom or to sell my program to you, maybe not to your mom, but to you, you want to
see that.
when I open up that Washington Post, or in this age, click on the social media, or the WashingtonPost.com piece. Well, y'all never been ranked, coach. How do I explain that to you?
Right.
Initially, it bothered me, but at this point, it is what it is because I've come to figure out in my 10 years being a head coach, we don't have no say in that. It's a whole nother dichotomy at work in regards to how you get ranked. You might be ranked based on the kids that you have on your team and what schools they're going to.
Right, exactly.
It might not be based on. It might not be
You're
based
on the program.
It's not going to be based on. I went out and played X, Y, and Z,
Right.
and I won those games.
So they changed that too, because it used to be the way it's who we played. That's how we went.
I won the state championship in 2014. I finished ranked 9th in the area.
Right.
How can you do that when you won a championship?
And I beat all the private schools that was in front of me.
Right, sure did.
So at the end of the year, they were still in front of you, the ones that you beat.
That I beat.
You actually beat it. So the same year we were in the Final Four because you know the city has changed now.
No,
All of
I ain't know that either.
So there's no city
no
title
city
game
title
based
game anymore.
on what you came up with,
Right.
what we came up
State
with.
tournament.
Right.
It's a state format. So charter schools, private schools, Catholic schools,
everybody.
public schools all play for it.
Wow. See, I didn't even know that.
Well, a lot of people don't like
when
it.
you play, you was the inner high champion. and
Right.
The WCC
Over at the
champion.
Armory.
No.
You gotta win. You gotta win 4 games now to win it all.
Yeah. Once you get out of your conference.
Once you get out your
Once you get out your conference, you gotta win 4 to get it. You gotta win 4 to win the city.
Yep.
And so the year that he's speaking of, we were in the Final Four together.
Uh-huh.
He finished number 9. We weren't ranked.
And y'all was in the Final Four?
Not only were we in the Final Four, Mike. not only was we in the Final Four that year, but earlier that year, with a team with no kid over 6'3".
Yeah, you ain't never had a tall team, but they'd go up and down the court.
Run that court.
And he had kids that were, no matter how big the other team was, them little sons, they would play.
They play hard.
They play hard.
That's why it's going to be a great game between you two.
We were emergency invite to the Gonzaga Classic.
Last minute.
Last minute 2014.
Wow.
We were a last minute invite. We go down there. The first night we played John Curl out of Baltimore.
Okay.
They have 6 Division I kids that are ranked in the country. We knocked them off.
Right. Wow.
The second night, we go down to American Youth. We play Lexington Catholic. They have 3 or 4 Division I kids. They're ranked in the country.
Okay.
We knocked them off. The following night, we lose to Pat Kletchy out in Baltimore with the kid that's at Villanova now.
Well, that's why they don't want to rank you.
Was it Carver Hall?
Not Carver Hall.
I remember playing them back.
Platt Kletchy. They wear purple. Mount St. Joe's.
Mount St. Joe's.
We lose to Mount St. Joe's in the
right.
championship. Now, that Saturday night, we the team we beat from out of Kentucky, we won the triple overtime.
Okay.
We finished the weekend. We lose in the championship of the Gonzaga Classic. There were 4 teams nationally ranked in the tournament.
Wow.
We were emergency invite.
Right.
We lose in the championship by 8. They had a team loaded of Division I kids.
Right.
Now, we didn't have one kid on that team that played Division I basketball. That's neither here nor there because most of them are all in college.
Right.
We finished the weekend. That Sunday night, when we lost that game, we were 12-2. Monday, I'm sorry, the rankings come out Tuesday. Tuesday, after beating 2 nationally ranked teams,
Right.
Wasn't ranked.
we weren't ranked.
You weren't ranked.
At that point,
Yeah,
I
that's
said,
politics.
at that point, I said, you know what?
Right.
It's not. It's other things at work,
Right. Right.
and I need not be concerned about that.
Right, you can't
Now
worry about that.
it hurts. It hurts. I'm not going to say me. It hurts
The
us.
kids.
kids, right,
The
right.
Well, it
kids,
hurt because those kids need a sense of
Right.
importance as well. But it hurts
Right.
us because again, in this day and age, we have to go into your houses to recruit kids because there's so
Right.
many high schools now.
Yep.
How do I go into your house and say, well, you look, you're probably not going to ever be ranked in the post, and you're probably never going to make all Met.
They need to change the format.
But I need you to come to my school and play basketball.
And with this area, D.C. and Maryland, these kids, they can jump right over to Maryland, some of them. Didn't you have a guy to leave to go to Wise High
Had a
School?
kid, yeah,
Transfer?
his mom moved and the kid transferred last year, but he was my leading scorer.
Right.
So,
Really?
Right.
I mean,
kid averaged 21 points a game last
27
year.
game, yeah.
And we still went 25-9 last year with that kid leaving.
Right.
But
So,
we adjusted to him leaving, but he was a great scorer.
So you had to work a little bit, huh? You had to coach a little bit.
Next man up.
Next man up.
Next
I
man
always
up
teach
mentality.
next man up, but and I can vouch for Margaret's program, my program, and I can vouch for what Grayson said. You have to believe in what you're doing.
right, exactly.
That's the bottom line. I believe in my style of play will always get me through, and I've always coached that way.
Both your styles of play.
Yeah.
I believe it's going to be us or it's going to
Right.
be them. It's no middleman
Right.
when we play each other. I mean, even when we play each other, man, we played last year, and I know I can speak for him. I was like, are they going to die eventually? And I know he probably was saying the same thing with me when we talked about the game because we both pressed the whole game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can see the fatigue, the kids on the floor being tired, but, I know I just teach, man, to just keep coming.
One more, right.
You know
One
what
more
I'm saying?
degree.
Next play.
Next
Whatever.
play.
Next play.
Next
Absolutely.
Wow.
That's why it's going to be a barn burner December the 1st. I'm looking forward to playing him again because he makes me better, and I know for sure we make them better.
Absolutely.
Right.
So that's why we want to always.
I would just like to see you guys play like a Wise High School, Riverdale Baptist.
Well, I'm playing. I play them guys all the time.
Right.
So I'll never play Wise. Wise, their coach is my cousin, so that's probably
Is that
never gonna
right?
happen. That's never
okay.
Is that right?
I played Riverdale,
yeah.
and I'm sure you played Riverdale.
Yeah, Riverdale. I used to see Riverdale every day.
So Riverdale, so that's the Beltway Conference. You normally don't have a problem getting a game with the Beltway
Gotcha,
Conference.
National
Right,
Christian.
okay.
National
play
Christian, Capital Christian,
they'll
or
play
Rock
you.
Creek.
They play you.
They'll play you. They'll play you
Okay.
twice, and sometimes they'll play you 3 times.
play you.
They'll play you. The problem becomes when you start
Going to play Maryland.
Maryland
Right.
schools,
Right, the
Because
county schools.
They don't have they can't play the number games.
the number
we can play.
games they can play.
Right,
It
the county
becomes,
schools.
crazy.
Gotcha.
and then the whole the size of your school compared to the size of their
Right.
school. If
Right,
they're
exactly.
a 4A, they don't get any points for playing a We have 700 kids.
Right. Some
If you're a
schools
school with 2,500 kids, you don't get any points for
20,000.
beating us. Yes,
Right.
exactly.
I'm
I
learning
played Douglas.
Me too.
I played Douglas this year.
Played Douglas?
December the
I played them
16th.
last year.
Yeah.
So that should be a good game. We playing them December
Now,
16th.
that's I went to Douglas.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, my.
yeah.
Hey, Bird
So-
runs
That was
a
a
great
great program.
program.
Great program.
Great program.
Great program.
And
Great program.
his style is similar to me and
Right,
Malcolm's
yeah,
style.
right,
so,
exactly.
You know, that
Yep,
definitely should
that's
be a
my
good game.
alum. Old Douglas.
So where's this game y'all gonna play? What's
At
gonna
my
be played?
alma mater, at Curl.
Is that
At
Curl?
Carroll? Oh, it's gonna be at Carroll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pack
okay.
house.
It's gonna be a
Last
packed
time-
house. That
last-
parking lot gonna be packed.
Last time I played in Curl was in 2000.
Montrose?
I beat Montrose Christian.
That's not a
Yeah.
good
That was
sign for
number
me.
one in the area.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
it being number
That
one
was,
in
that
there.
was, that was a
Right.
great game.
Wow.
You couldn't get in the building.
Right.
Standing room only.
Fire
I mean,
marshal.
the fire marshal. had
Turned
to-
them away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Turned them
You
away.
gotta let me
Couldn't
know
get
if
in.
you're going
we
up
could,
there,
We
big
couldn't
Mike.
get up the steps.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
it
gotta
was
get up
that
there
type of
early if
game,
we
so-
go.
But you know something? I want to find a way. Cause see, me personally, I wouldn't. If this ranking thing bothers me, because one, I wonder who's doing the ranking and how they doing it. What they go by teams. That I want to know, because basically I feel like this should be a coach's thing. A coaches, they should have a vote
Who
on the
should be
ranking.
ranked.
Right.
And you gotta understand with us now, me and them, we trying to when we play games now, we trying to get a good seed for the tournament, the DCS
'cause the
state tournament, because
The
it's pretty much like the NCAA.
It's like the NCAA.
Yeah.
So you have a stricter schedule.
Stricter
component
schedule.
to it, all that plays
All
a
that
part in this
component
now.
plays a part. So like playing Malcolm the first game of the season,
I get a great.
Jim
Great for
Surratt-
my
I
schedule.
can't wait to see
yeah,
that.
That's December 1st.
Yeah, man. I'm
Win,
neutral.
win, lose,
I gotta be neutral.
win,
but
lose,
it's
or
gonna be a
draw.
good game.
We both get something for
You
that
get
game.
something out
Right.
of it. You
Great.
get
So
Well,
something
that's
out of it.
good. That's good.
Right.
That is
So,
good, and that's
good.
what you want.
towards the states. Yeah. So
Don't I would say this to you, Mike. Don't even stress yourselves over the ranking piece.
Yeah. That's
I would be
something,
more.
though.
I would be more concerned with at the end of the day, because them rankings mean nothing
Right.
this year.
Right.
Who getting kids in school, man?
Yeah.
Who,
Yeah, you
who,
know what?
who
You're
ain't got
right.
who ain't
You're
got Sally
absolutely
Mae
right.
calling the house?
Let me ask you a question, because you
Right,
guys,
you're
you
absolutely
guys earlier you were talking about the charter school and the system in DC. Now, doesn't the Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, don't they have a foundation for charter schools?
Certain schools.
That's it's only a certain school.
Certain schools.
If you keep a certain grade, you
man, I
automatically
can
get
get money. Yeah.
You go to scholarship.
So when our
college.
school initially opened, when your cousin was nephew or cousin,
He my cousin. He my cousin's
I
son.
call him your nephew.
Yeah, well, yeah.
we initially had joint venture with Warren, not Buffett, with Gates.
Bill Gates, right?
It's
the
a Gates
family.
Millennium Scholarship Foundation.
Right,
That's what
right.
that's what I heard.
But
yeah.
here we go.
Oh, yeah,
School has been open 14 years, and we're on our 9th principal.
right,
The principal that might have applied for that
Nice.
grant
right.
is now gone. He
Right.
doesn't renew that grant.
And it wasn't renewed.
It wasn't renewed. You don't have it anymore. So these kids, a kid and say, when his nephew was there 2012, those kids in 2018 aren't privy to that anymore.
Right.
So you telling me
Right.
that
Wow.
average time for a principal at your school is a year and a half?
Mike.
I've been through 6 at Roosevelt.
Wow, are you serious?
Mike, you might see a teacher. You might see a teacher in September and might not see them in
It's not the same. though.
December. No, it's completely the same. So
What's the reason for the turnover?
Right.
Without
I mean,
Getting too political.
We're about to skew way from athletics.
yeah,
We get
well,
into
we
some-
don't need to go
Yes,
way
yeah.
away from athletics. We don't. It's just a big turnover.
Yeah.
Because
you-
it wasn't
wasn't
like
like
that
that
at
back
one
in the day,
time.
no.
Now I mentioned earlier on our first program, my mother taught in DC for 20, 30 years.
and how many years
Banneker,
at the same
Cardoza, Bertie Backus.
But how many years was she at one school?
One school, well over 10 years, 10, 15
correct.
years.
You don't have that anymore.
Yeah,
You don't
it's
have
just
that
not
anymore.
like that.
You don't have that
And I can
anymore.
remember the
I can
days,
remember all the teachers we had at Spingarn. They was there forever.
right,
Exactly.
for long.
My
right.
sister
Teacher
went to
taught
Spingarn.
you, taught me.
Right. You know,
Right.
I'm like,
Wow.
wow. So that's,
Well, we won't get into the political
Wait, I mean,
foray
but-
of that.
Right.
I've had conversations with a lot of young teachers as they enter and exit. I met Chavez. I'm making 55,000, and I can go.
Like 100.
I can go. Well, not even 100. I would think you would leave for 100. Now that I don't have a problem with. But you can even go to
For
Joe Blow charter
Right.
for 7,000 more.
right.
Right.
But once you do take the taxes and all that stuff.
Same thing.
Right.
You really haven't made
Equals
anything.
out to being the same.
The reality is, a lot of people that teach in our city are transients.
Right,
They aren't
exactly.
from here, so
Right.
their investment
They
in our
come in for a
community.
couple of years,
They
this
come in for a
program,
couple of
and
years.
they go out.
Whether it be Teach for America,
Right.
where they get their student loans wrote off, or
Right. Pay off
you know,
that.
I-
Right.
I heard that it was a large teacher pool here. I can come in, I can teach. I can teach in a Roosevelt, which is a, I think you guys might be a Title I school where most of your kids are living below the poverty line. Same thing in Chavez.
Right.
I come in and make 55,000, 60,000 teaching, and then I can go back to say Iowa.
Right.
I can go back and teach in
Right.
the Midwest
Right.
and say I've taught in an urban school
Right.
and get and ask for the top dollar.
Right. Exactly.
And
Exactly.
so, again, we hire those people to come into our buildings and educate our kids. And then 2 years later, those
And
people
then
are
they go.
gone.
And that's why you guys are important.
Yeah,
'Cause we're gonna stray away from the political aspect of it. But I know exactly
Yeah,
what you're saying. Exactly.
My
what you
building's
mean.
been open 14 years.
Right.
The people I walked in with 14 years ago, I'm the last person left.
You the last one standing.
I'm the last staff member
and
left.
that's why we
Building.
praise you and we give you credit because you're here.
So my man
you
ain't
guys
there
are
no
here.
more.
But he didn't start with me, though.
You know what I'm talking about?
Ernesto.
Yeah.
Ernesto came after me.
Oh, okay.
No, he's still there. It's
Okay.
me and Ernesto left, but the day the building opened,
You was there.
I was
Man,
there.
14
There's
years.
nobody left. There's
Man,
nobody left.
That don't bother you though?
Extremely.
Yeah,
Extremely.
yeah.
It's
That
about
don't
the
bother me.
kids.
Yeah, it's about
No,
the kids.
no. It bothers me that
Right.
people leave and like easily I could have left and went
Yeah,
somewhere else.
yeah.
And I'm
Right.
sure he could have done the same thing.
Right. It shows
But I
your
grew up on that
commitment.
side of
That's what I'm
town.
saying. I
Right.
was about to say that.
It shows your commitment
I mean,
Yeah.
like
to our city,
like,
to the youth.
these kids are my family.
Right.
Yeah.
When you just have
From the
turnover-
same streets
when
that
you-
we came up
My mom
from.
still lives in that community.
When you
so
have-
when I go get my mail, I see my
Exactly.
mom.
Exactly.
I see those kids.
That's it. That's it. There you go.
Right.
That's
But
it.
but
That's
when you
right.
don't live, when you're not from our community, you're not others of our community, and you jump job to job and then you leave, you don't see the ramifications of what happens when you leave.
Right.
You don't see
When
those
you're
kids
gone.
now at 25, dazed and confused and not knowing how to
Right.
get from one into
To
another
another, yeah.
as they
Right.
scramble around Ward 7, Ward 8, Uptown DC,
Right.
PG County, wherever it may be, because the same things are going on in PG County as well.
Oh yes, without a doubt, and that's why it's important, like what you're doing with the Metro Ball, the youth outreach, to have stuff like that.
Gotcha.
have it.
And you guys, again, you're showing your commitment to our city and our youth, the same streets that we came up on.
Exactly.
Somebody
and-
showed it to me.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And that's great. And that's what we need.
Yeah.
We need the folks that's going to stick around and stay
Pretty
here.
much guiding the kid from when he's what 5 years old, all
Elementary
the way
school,
through high school.
Right.
junior high, right. Middle
But-
school, high school.
And that's what they do a lot of now. Because I was talking to a kid. Matter of fact, I was trying to get this kid to go to Georgetown. He was the top center in the country last year. He wound up going to Texas, but he's in trouble now.
He's from here?
Muhammad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
the
yeah?
guy, it was strange because I'm talking to his high school coach, and then all of a sudden, I get this email from somebody that's supposed to have been his handler. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This a guy that work in the financial industry.
Who almost got him in trouble. He almost
Right.
didn't have any
And
other
then
money.
I'm telling him,
Wow.
the positive stuff about Georgetown. You know, but see, I already know in my mind, something kept telling me that he's gonna do this kid some disservice,
Right.
and he really did. He really did, because the first thing he told me, "Oh, we're not interested, this, that, and other. You know, we got other plans. You know." And when he
Right.
didn't, and I was really shocked that he didn't go to the guys' alma mater, which was I think Michigan State or something. You know, but I'm talking to him, and then all of a sudden I'm telling him,
That's about.
yeah, I'm telling him. Yeah, I'm telling him, don't, whatever you do, make sure you take care of the guy. You know, even though he claimed he knew him ever since he was 5, he grew up with him. And if it wasn't for him, he wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying?
Was he in the AAU system?
I don't know, but I know
that
this
guy-
high school.
I think the story I read was somehow the guy had a relationship with the kid.
Oh, there was a story on it?
Yeah. No, this kid
This kid almost
almost didn't play
done.
didn't play
The
college.
same kid I'm talking about?
Muhammad Baba.
He
Yeah.
just got cleared.
He just got cleared by the NCAA.
Wow.
They investigated him for a year.
Like no sooner than he got cleared, then all
His
this
brother-
other stuff went on.
His brother
told on him. That thing, okay, that was him.
Yeah.
I should have read it. Somebody gave it to me and I didn't even read it. I left it.
He was on an investigation for a year.
Because they were saying that the financial guy was financing a lot of other stuff.
Yeah, he probably was. But he got mad at me when I told him, please don't, X, Y, Z, it's not my business. But, don't use the kid, He stopped all contact with me. I just had that feeling. I just, I thought
they had plans for him to go to Texas anyway from the beginning.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
big money.
They pay down there. They pay you there, huh? What do y'all think about the NCAA investigation?
Well, y'all know Patina was fired today.
Yeah.
Who?
Right. Patina
got fired
today, and
Can't get that money.
nah, that's
can't get it.
they're
They're
going
going
to think about Calipari.
Yeah.
They're going to have to give back. They're going to have to give back money from the NCAA tournament. All the money that the school between 2000.
They're going to take the title away. They're going to strip them of their title.
They're losing 123 games or something to that effect.
His son went to Georgia.
Are they going to impact the national championship too?
Yeah.
Yep.
They're going to take that?
They're going to take that. They're going to end up taking that.
They're going to have. They got to pay back all that money.
I don't mean no harm. I
know what you about to say.
Even us growing up watching you guys, me sitting in Spingarn Gym with you guys and saying you and Duckett and y'all supposed to get paid. If I can go in the Nike outlet, I remember coming home from Maryland Eastern Shore and there's a Nike outlet right before you cross the Bay Bridge.
I remember. I used to see that.
Right.
It's still there?
Yeah, it's still there. It's still there.
Right on the right.
And my high school teammate, Lawrence Moat.
Yeah.
Syracuse is a Nike school. And they were selling 21 jerseys. Syracuse. Didn't have his name on the back.
But then you know who
it was.
Right.
So who's getting that money?
It's
Syracuse and Nike getting the money.
Right.
But they're selling, but it's based on the fact that he was the best basketball player on the team.
Right.
So how does he not recoup anything from that? And I know most people are going to sit here and listen to me and say, we got a free education.
Ain't got to do with that. That don't pay for what the school is getting in. Because I thought about it, and over the years, and not to be offensive or anything, but at Georgetown, I made a lot of dudes rich.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Mike.
And the thing is,
yes,
you know, I appreciate the education and all that. I didn't get it on my own, but now I got my degree, and I didn't have to use Georgetown to get it. You know, I still feel good about it, but they got paid. Just like recently, I found out I was on a video game. So
you get them. You go.
I already did. You know how much they paid me? $83. $83.
He was good on that game too.
$83, man. I'm like, I'm worth $83.
Right.
You know, so I still got the check. I didn't cash the check. It ain't no good then. $83. What do $83?
Right.
Come on, man. Yeah. So
It's definitely a business.
Yeah,
it's
and that's a big conversation, you know, around the country right now.
I think those
college
guys
kids
should
should
get
get
I think
paid.
they should get some
Yeah, I
form
do
of
too.
compensation.
You could pay a kid. You could, I don't know, maybe off the wall, but you could just put it in a trust fund or something
Right.
while they're in school.
Right.
If they're playing, if they're on a team, that goes for all the athletes. Of course, it goes by football commands more money, basketball, and whatever. But put in a trust fund, right?
Right. What was the kid that came out there? He was hungry. He wasn't getting fed.
the kid Shabazz, Napier Shabazz for
From UConn, they win the national championship.
Right.
They win the national championship. This kid is the
He was like
MVP of the Final Four.
Right.
we didn't have enough money to get a piece.
Man, he can't get no food. He can't
Can't get
even
no
eat.
food.
Yep.
Are
The
you serious?
the NCAA tournaments generate
Oh,
for all the
man.
schools $20 billion.
And he was the focal point there.
Billion!
He lit it up.
Mike, I just bought it recently, probably about 18 months ago. You can go on the NCAA website and you can buy DVDs of games you played in.
Oh, I got 2 of them. When I opened up my restaurants, I brought 2 so when people come in, they can see the game. Yeah, I got those. I should be paid then.
So that's my
we should
my
be
point.
paid. Yeah.
Still
Where does that
Because
money go to?
Right. Why I gotta pay for them when I'm on?
That's you.
Right.
Yeah.
Y'all on the cover of them and everything.
Wow.
Right.
Wow, yeah.
Big money. There's big money in there. You know it. And like we were talking about prior, you know, it starts in the AAU level and junior high with some of them. They get them as early as junior high school.
Fortunately, we don't have that
They
problem.
ranking kids in his first and second grade. Now.
Yeah, they do. They're giving out scholarships.
Shorty getting off in the third grade, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Right.
I mean,
Right,
basketball is just a business, man.
Nike
Right.
camp, Adidas camp, Converse camp, you know?
You
Under
know?
Armour. I mean,
Under Armour.
tennis shoe companies run. I just had a conversation earlier with a guy who works where he runs the AAU organization. We were talking about how tennis shoe companies run our community.
Right, exactly.
They will have us pitted against each other, ready to fight.
Since I got you two coaches here, hey, you guys come at you guys. Hey, can we just play that? Yeah, you smile. Yeah, that's normal.
That might be. I know he's had a lot.
But do they come at you?
No.
No.
I don't have
No.
I don't have the Mike Grahams of the world. I have a predominantly small team with a bunch of dogs.
They play.
They running.
But I'd rather have them than a big D1 school kid, because I'm not gonna have problems. I can make them guys play because they hungry. This D1 kid who's big time, he's not gonna be hungry. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather have the kids that he gets.
Yeah.
You know,
you doing great for what you have, though.
Always.
You doing exceptional.
Always.
I'm good. I mean,
always.
At the end of the day,
right.
The kids in our community are just as good as those kids.
Right.
What our kids don't have most times than not are the whole extra training and a dietitian.
But they have the heart, though, right? They have the heart.
But then the trainer might be connected with somebody who is a blogger or somebody who's saying, oh, you know what?
This kid
Rob Nickens is special.
Right.
Now, Rob Nickens might be just as good as Rob Harris.
Right.
But because this guy is in with this guy, and he's tweeting this, and then he's being followed by 20,000 college coaches.
Right.
It's just a whole nother. It's so many layers to.
Yes.
And then I've learned, Mike, you can train kids to become the players they want to be.
Right.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I'm being honest. I've had great players in my program, but there's been some kids that weren't great that we made better basketball
There
players.
you go. That's what it's about.
And that's what it's about. Kid that might come in that was a D2 NAIA kid, but ended up playing Division I basketball. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's about, you as a coach being able to push that kid to that level and also believing in that kid and that kid believing in you. Mm-hmm. And
right, exactly.
That's big. You know what I'm saying?
That's real big.
That's one thing I always want to have in my program, and I will always have in my program while I stop doing this. I want kids to trust me.
That's it. That's you
big.
get that. That's
right.
it.
And when you got kids that will trust you, they'll die through that brick wall.
Once they believe in you, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And Mike, I'm gonna do you one better. Kid up at your alma mater at Georgetown, not Antoine Walker.
I know.
I'm extremely great. I'm extremely happy that they.
He played with my nephew at Eastern. My nephew was the power forward. He was the center.
Okay.
But I didn't know he went off to school. And then I said, that kid look familiar.
Jamarco. Jamarco.
He can play.
Ask me how many offers Jamarco had coming out of Eastern.
How many offers did he have?
No.
0.
Is that right?
0. So my question to this panel is,
right.
He got that good
in a year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not even a year, because by November,
Yeah.
he had 40, 50 offers. He had SEC offers.
So how did that happen?
Coaches don't go into our schools anymore and recruit kids.
Right.
You're right.
He was there. He was there for the last three years.
They need to buy a book that tells them who to go recruit. They need for tennis shoe companies to tell them who is that kid.
And that's not good. You can't hit it
right.
in the head. No. Well, right now it's 9:29, and we're about to get out of here. I want to thank my guests, Rob Nickens, Malcolm Battle. I really appreciate it, and we're going to do this again because I'm thinking of a segment now where I'm going to have the old coaches like John Woods and them. We all going to sit up in here. I'm going to get the food, have it laid out. You understand? And we're gonna sit up and have a good time.
I just want to watch.
Huh?
I just want to watch and pick them for information.
Yeah.
All things sports, all things sport and community, all things for the kids.
Take us out, Eric.
Yes, indeed. We tell it to the hot, we tell it to the cold. We tell it to the young, we tell it to the old. We want plenty of laughter. We don't want no crime. Most of all, we don't want no signifying. It's the Michael Graham Show, and I'm Eric Ravenel.
Thank y'all. Have a good night.
Take them out. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.